So guys, there are lots of ways which you can make money from the forex market, and today I'm going to teach you one of the easiest ways you can make money trading forex. So before we begin, I would like to welcome you all back to my YouTube channel. In this channel, I'm going to take you through you being a beginner trader to you becoming a pro. Do you understand? If you want to join my Telegram channel where I share free signals and run my free mentorship program, the link is in the description of this video. So make sure to do that. You tap on the link to send you straight to my channel, and then make sure you pin the channel so that you don't miss out on any updates I give. Do you get it? Yeah, so guys, today we are going to be talking about chart patterns and the confirmations you need before you mark out your perfect entry to take a trade on a particular chart pattern. So let's just get straight to today's video. Yeah, so guys, we have four main types of chart patterns I look out for when I'm trading in the forex market. We have the M pattern. We have the W pattern. That's the inverse of the M pattern. The M pattern is used when you are buying and when you are selling, and then the W pattern is used when you are buying. So let me write that: sell, buy. And then we have the heads and shoulder, abbreviated by H and S. We use that as the abbreviation of the heads and shoulder pattern. So H and S, let me put that there, which is also used when you are selling. And then we have the fourth one, which is the last one, which we have the inverse H and S, which is the inverse heads and shoulder pattern. Do you understand? Which is used when you are buying, guys. So these are the four main types of chart patterns I look out for when I'm trading the forex market. So we are going to take all of them one by one. I'll show you how to spot a particular chart pattern. I'll show you the confirmation you should look out for when you see that chart pattern playing out, and I'll show you how to mark out your perfect entry for that particular chart pattern. Okay, so let's take the M pattern for instance. So the M pattern looks something like this. You have price creating something like this, creating a first shoulder, a second shoulder. Sometimes this over here might not be equal. It might go higher than the previous one, or this one might be higher than the second one, but it looks something like this. And then you have a neckline over here that price is going to break and come back to retest before you take your entry over here to the downside. Okay, so this is going to be your target. This is going to be where you're going to take your entry, the break and retest of this neckline over here. You can see we have break and retest playing a role in this particular strategy as well. So you have your neckline, the break and retest of this neckline. That's where you are going to take your trade. So let me show you how you're going to mark out your entry for this particular trade. So you are going to mark out your entry right at this level, take profit at this particular area over here. Let me use the horizontal ray to mark out that target, and then your stop loss is going to be right on top of the confirmation, looking at a 1:3, 1:2 risk to reward. Do you understand? So we have two main confirmations you can look out for the M pattern. When price breaks and retests your neckline, you should be looking to get either a bearish engulfing, a bearish engulfing, and two, an evening star candlestick pattern. Do you understand? These are the two main types of chart patterns you should be looking out to get when price breaks and retests the neckline of your M pattern, guys. This is as easy as it looks. Do you understand? So let's go to the chart. Let's find a proper example, and then I think we'll move on to the next one. Okay, let's try to find a proper M pattern, and then we move on to the next one. Okay, so okay, very good. I think we have a chart pattern over here. Let me mark that out for you guys to see. We have an M pattern which played out right around this area. You can see that there's an M pattern over here. Let me square that out for you guys. So you can see we have our first shoulder over here, we have our second shoulder over here, and then we have this, our neckline. Okay, let me mark our neckline out. Let me mark our neckline out like this. You can see that after price broke our neckline, price came back to retest our neckline and then sold to the downside like this. So this would have been our entry. Let me mark out our entry. So for this particular trade, if we wanted to get the confirmation, we would have taken our confirmation from either the lower time frame, do you understand, so that we can get a wider angle of this particular trade. We would have gone to the lower time frame to get the confirmation for this particular trade. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame, and then let's look for our confirmation. Where is this particular trade? Okay, here we go. So guys, perfect confirmation over here, guys. You can see we have the perfect confirmation at this area. You can see that price gave us a bearish engulfing candle at this particular area. You can see that that's a bearish engulfing candle at this particular area, and also some sort of evening star candlestick confirmation over here as well. So let me mark that out. So close of this candle, stop loss on top of the range, take profit looking at a 1:2, 1:3. Okay, and you can see that instantly our take profit gets hit, as easy as that. Do you understand? Let me take you guys through another example of the M pattern. I saw another example in the higher time frame. So let me take you through. Okay, very good. So in the wider angle, you can see we have an M pattern over here. You can see there's our first shoulder, there's our second shoulder, then we have the break of this, our neckline. Okay, let me mark the neckline out. You can see we have the break of the neckline, we have our retest, and then price sells to the downside, okay, to our target. You can see the price sells to the downside to our target. So that's how well the M pattern plays out, and this is how it looks. So once you get you spot out your M pattern, what you need to do is wait for the proper break and retest, wait for your confirmation, which I said a bearish engulfing or an evening star candlestick confirmation for the M pattern, and then you mark out your entry, stop loss on top of the confirmation, take profit at where the M pattern began, looking at a 1:2, 1:3 reward, and you are good to go. Okay, so let's take the next one, which is the W pattern, guys. Let's take the next one, which is the W pattern. So the W pattern is the exact inverse of an M pattern. Okay, so this is how the W pattern looks. You have your first shoulder, you have your second shoulder, you have your break, your retest on the neckline of the shoulder, target where the W pattern began. So this is how you're going to mark it out. There's it. There's the neckline. I just marked down my neckline. I take my long position. I put it here. My target at this particular area. Let me use the horizontal ray to point it out. This particular area. My stop loss right below the confirmation. And then that's it, guys. So for this particular type of trade, the confirmation you are going to be looking out for is a bullish engulfing or a morning star candlestick confirmation. Okay, a bullish engulfing or a morning star candlestick confirmation. I'm going to make a particular video maybe next week talking about just purely candlestick confirmations. That's what I'm going to be doing. That will be coming up very, very soon. Okay, so this is the two candlestick confirmations you should be looking out for a W pattern. Okay, so let's go to the chart, and then we look for a W pattern. Let's spot out a few W patterns, and then we find the entry for them as well. Once you become very conversant with it, you find it very easy to spot the chart patterns. Do you understand? you find it very, very easy to spot those chart patterns. It becomes so easy to you. You get it? Let me go to a lower time frame to see whether we can spot it there. We are now in the 50 minutes time frame. So let me see whether I can spot. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, so there's a particular W pattern trade we have over here. You can see that we have the first shoulder, second shoulder going up. Let me expand this chart a bit. Yes, you guys can see there's a W pattern we have over here. We have a neckline at this particular region over here. And you can see that immediately price broke and retested the neckline. Price broke our neckline and we have a retest around this region. You can see that we have a retest around this region. This first start didn't give us either a morning star or a bullish engulfing, so this entry is not valid. Second entry also not valid because we didn't get a bullish engulfing or a morning star. Our third entry is where we have a valid trade, because over here you can see we have a bullish engulfing candle right around this region. So let me mark out the entry for this particular trade we have over here. So you are going to take your trade at the close of the bullish engulfing like this, stop loss below the confirmation like this, and your take profit looking at the 1:2. Okay, we already have the 1:2 playing out over here, targeting this high over here, and then voila, that's it. But if you want to go an extension, you can go for the 1:3, looking at it to play out over here, and that'll be all. So that's it for the W pattern. Let me look for another example of the W pattern again. Then we move on to the heads and shoulder. Okay, very good. You can see, as I said in my other video, because of the festivities and because we're coming to the end of the year and this is just a new year, there's a lot of choppiness in the market and dull market movements because the volume hasn't been restored in the market yet. We should see that volume getting to the end of January, entering into February. So we have a W pattern over here, W pattern over here, going to the upside. We have a neckline over here, guys. We have a neckline over here, and you can see the confirmation we got. We got the what? The morning star candlestick confirmation over here. So you will take the trade at the close of this candlestick confirmation, stop loss below the confirmation. For this one, you need to extend your take profit a bit to get that 1:2. You won't be targeting where the W pattern began, which is around this region, because the stop loss is quite big. So you need to get that risk reward of 1:2 or 1:3. And guys, look at that. It plays out perfectly. So that's just how the W pattern also works. Do you guys get it? So let's go to the next one, which is the heads and shoulder pattern. Okay. So for the heads and shoulder pattern, you are going to need 3 pivot points. Do you understand? So you have your first pivot point, which is your left shoulder. You have your head, which is your second pivot point. And then you have your third pivot point, which is your right shoulder. So this is where you are going to have your confirmation. You're going to have your confirmation at the break and retest of this resistance. You can see that it was a resistance over here, failed to be a support over here. So this whole move over here is a fake out. Do you understand? I explained fake outs in my other video, that a fake out is when price breaks a particular zone, retests, doesn't give a confirmation to go the opposite direction and continues to go in the previous direction. Price touched the resistance and went down. Now we have that same reaction over here for price to go down. So the confirmation you are going to look for this particular trade over here is also what we call the bearish engulfing or evening star. Okay, bearish engulfing, and then the second confirmation, evening star. Okay, guys, before I continue, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your other friends. It doesn't take much of your time. It's less than, let me say, 5 seconds. Doing all that is less than 5 seconds. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any updates anytime I post a new educative video about forex trading. And make sure you share this video to your friends who are also interested in learning about forex trading, guys. And as I said, always make sure to comment in the comment section the pairs you want me to analyze for you, so that I'll just analyze them in the next video I'll be doing for you guys. Okay, so let's just continue with the video. So there's the two main confirmations you are going to look out for when you are wanting to take an entry on a head and shoulder pattern. Do you understand? So you are going to mark out your entry over here. Stop loss is going to be on top of the confirmation like this, and your target as usual is going to be where the head and shoulder began at the other side. So this is giving us a 1:3 risk to reward, and that's it. So this is how you mark out your head and shoulder pattern. Okay, so let me show you guys a couple of examples. I spotted a few when I was doing the example. When I was doing the example of the M pattern, I spotted a few head and shoulder patterns. Spotted a few head and shoulder patterns. Let me see. Okay. Okay, very good. I have one over here, but it's not very clear. But let's use it, guys. You can see we have a perfect head and shoulder pattern over here. We have our first pivot point. There's a second pivot point, and there's a third pivot point before price sold to the downside. Do you understand? So you're going to have your entry over here, marking out the resistance from the other zone, and then you're going to have you can see we got some sort of evening star candlestick confirmation over here, but it's not that quite clear. So once you start practicing more of your confirmations, you're going to see that the confirmations don't have to look perfect, but they are actually what they seem. Do you understand? So this is an evening star candlestick confirmation over here. You're going to take your entry over here, stop loss on top of the confirmation, looking at a 1:2, 1:3 risk to reward. So we have a 1:3, 1:2 risk to reward playing out beautifully over here. Do you understand? Left shoulder head, right shoulder, evening star confirmation. You take your trade over here. Let's go to the next one. If I'm not spotting any examples, and I think we just need to go to the inverse head and shoulder, then that'll be all for this particular video. So let's go to the next one, which is the inverse head and shoulder, which is the opposite of the head and shoulder. So you have your first pivot point like this, you have your head like this, you have your third pivot point and going up, and as usual your entry is going to be at this particular region over here. So these are the confirmations you need to look out for when you are taking an inverse head and shoulder trade. You need to look out for the bullish engulfing candlestick confirmation, or the morning star candlestick confirmation. Okay, star candlestick confirmation, and your entry as usual going to be over here, stop loss below the confirmation, take profit targeting where the head and shoulder began, and that's probably it. So let me take you guys to the chart so we look at a couple of examples we have. It's very funny when you spot them. I spotted them looking for the W pattern and M pattern, but I don't know why I'm not spotting them right now. Let me see. And it looks a lot choppy. Okay, I found one over here. So guys, you can see we have an inverse head and shoulder over here. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, and then this is the right shoulder going up. So you can see we have our first pivot point, second pivot point, third pivot point over here. And as usual, as I said, our entry is going to be at this particular area. Okay, so because there's a lot of wick rejections at that area, but I can see a bullish engulfing candle over here, which was our confirmation to take this buy to the upside, and then that was it. So stop loss is going to be right below the confirmation, looking at a 1:2, 1:3 risk to reward. There's a 1:2. You can see it played out very well. As simple as that. Simple trade, guys. Simple, very, very simple trade. Okay, very, very, very simple trade. Okay, and you can see we have an M pattern over here as well. I see we have an M pattern over here. There's an M pattern over here. We have the neckline over here, guys. You can see price broke the neckline, gave a retest, and it went down. As easy as that. Easy trade. So guys, those are the four main four main chart patterns you're supposed to look out for when you're trading. We have the W pattern, the M pattern, heads and shoulder, and inverse heads and shoulder pattern, and the four main candlestick confirmations you should look out for when you are trading a specific chart pattern, and how to mark out the entry. It's as easy as that. If you don't understand any concept, make sure to rewatch the video carefully, and if you still don't get it, just type it in the comment section, I don't understand, and I'm going to make another video detailing it properly to you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tap the link in the description to join my Telegram page so that you don't miss out on any updates, and also you don't miss out on the free mentorship I'm bringing to you guys very soon. The class schedule is already out. You can check the group, check the pinned messages in the Telegram group for it. This is the Gold Slayer signing out.